Yeah.
This is so surreal. This is, you can have any seat you like. Hi, hello, hi. Grab a microphone. Go, hi, hello, hi. Do I refer to you as Your Majesty?
No,
Do we
please
bend the
not.
knee? I don't know.
Yeah, we have to bend the knee. Please not, no.
Welcome. It's so nice to see you again.
Thank
This
you
is so
for
nice. What
having
is the
me.
protocol exactly with the?
Do you know what? I am just Demi for you guys. I am just Demi.
No,
Demi's
really, this is
perfect.
insane. Because, I mean, the last time, it's so surreal. And you got to admit, well, no, you wouldn't know. But like for us, it was so weird. Like the last time we saw you, we were in the capital in Pretoria.
Yes, I remember at the rugby, right?
Yeah, we're watching this rugby game, and then you rocked up
I think it
there.
was Varsity Cup.
Right,
Yeah.
you rocked up there with like one person who I think was your friend, and then
Yeah.
they said it was I thought it was your PR manager or whatever. You guys were just hanging out with us. Do you remember?
I remember.
And now, I mean, what the hell's going on here? You've got, I mean, this isn't an entourage. Let me just try and paint the scene here. You've got an entourage of about 20 or 30 people.
That's a bit of a lie.
This is serious. Look at this. I can't see the end of it. It just goes. So you've even got. Let's look at that. You've got SWAT tactical bodyguards with earpieces.
I do.
Your Majesty.
They're scary to me, even.
Really? Yeah, I just got like
used to this.
your New York manager,
Yes.
who probably supersedes your South African manager. I don't know. Just came
Yes.
through the door, gave me like a list of like do's and don'ts.
Oh,
This is
really?
serious. She said, no,
Oh.
yeah, this is serious stuff. Yeah,
Oh, you
this is
have to
amazing.
know, you know,
This
it's
is so good.
nervous now.
Well, welcome back. Isn't it nice to be home? Isn't this
it's
great?
so lovely. Yesterday was so special. I had the warmest welcome at the airport.
Where we
and
saw on it all online.
It was so special. And then Cell C hosted this beautiful, beautiful event for me. And there were about 15 former Miss South Africas that welcomed me. So that was so special. Some of them I haven't even met before.
Wow.
So I met them for the first time, and just to have them congratulate me. And so it's been amazing. I was up at 3 a.m. this morning, so a bit of jet lag, but
That's brilliant. And that's so weird because I remember I asked you, I said, like, the whole thing on TV, you don't get to see what goes on behind the scenes. And I mean,
Yeah.
there's no ways you guys are all friends. And then something like that happens. They all meet you at the airport, and they're genuinely happy for you. Isn't that nice?
No, that truly. I must say the Miss South Africa sisterhood is a true sisterhood. We have a WhatsApp group. All of us are on
nice.
one WhatsApp
Wow.
group. I kid you not. And that WhatsApp group is so active. We talk all the time. Got all the pictures of everybody's children and babies, and so it's so special, and everybody's so supportive. And to have those women that I used to look up to in such a big way, have them as my peers, that blows my mind.
Aren't you glad that Steve Harvey got the right name?
Almost.
I mean, come on. Weren't you standing
Almost.
backstage going, oh, no, please.
you
They've
know
got him
what?
back again.
I'll tell you a funny story. So there's this myth with pageants where the final two, they hold hands,
Yes.
right? So they always say the girl that's whose hands are on top wins. It's a myth, right? So my hands were on top, so I'm like, Steve Harvey, I got the hands right. Don't mess this up. So
Do you want to listen to that again? We got this. We've got this. This is the moment. We've got everything, actually. We went and found a whole lot of the most amazing clips of you on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Wait, do you ever go and Google yourself and go watch the videos? Isn't that
I
insane?
actually don't. Sometimes I do, but there's a lot now. So.
Mad. There is a lot. We're going to talk about all this stuff. I'm going to ask you. There's a whole lot of stuff. There's so many things I want to ask you.
yes,
Okay, but here
sure.
you are. This is the moment. This was the big moment. This is when you won 15 seconds you'll never forget. Listen to this.
The new Miss Universe is...
I mean, weren't you like, oh, come on, please just say it. Just say, oh, I
Yeah,
got him.
exactly like this right now.
There he goes. Come on.
South Africa!
I get goosebumps listening to that again.
As Miss Universe.
Listen, I don't think my mouth could have dropped anymore.
Really? And what else? Oh, yeah. So then we fast forward. I mean, there's so many things that happened this year. We'll get to them. A lot of controversial stuff I want to ask you about it. I mean, just everything. You just handle everything so well. But the Golden Globes, we saw you. You were hanging out with Margaret Gardner. I think that's
Yeah,
Margaret Gardner. She was
Margaret
our
Gardner.
first the first South African Miss Universe.
Exactly, 1978.
What, tell me about that, because that looks so special and sweet. And is there like a mentor, older sister kind of thing going on there?
She is part of the Hollywood Foreign Press. She's on the board, and she invited me as her personal guest to attend the Globes with her. So that was so special, and she really was just the best host, introduced me to everybody. I sat with her the whole evening, and she really just guided me like a true mentor and a true sister. So that was really wonderful to walk the red carpet with her. I think that was such a special moment for South Africa as well. So already so many special moments.
Amazing. And can I ask you about the Golden Globes as well?
Yeah,
I mean, there we
sure.
are. I mean, obviously, in a year or two, I'm sure this is going to be, this ain't no thing to you. You know what I mean? But what was that
No,
like?
I think it will always be.
We saw you having photographs with, I mean, I can't even remember half of them. The most insane A-list celebrities and actors. I mean, don't you stand there and like, I mean, you could have had crushes on some of these people when you were younger. What was that like?
No, I mean, to be in the same room as women like Oprah Winfrey, Meryl Streep, Angelina Jolie.
What was that like?
Wow. That was so inspiring and so motivating. And I just won Miss Universe, and you think, wow, you have like reached the top of your career.
Yeah.
And then you get to an event like the Golden Globes, and you're in the same room as these phenomenal women, and you just realize how much work there still is to be done. But that was, what an experience.
Yeah, okay, well, you speak about work. I mean, Your Majesty, the Unbreakable. I can't help it, sorry. Okay, quickly, before we I had quite an interesting question I want to ask you about the whole campaign was, you were unbreakable.
Yeah.
You are unbreakable. The Unbreakable
yes.
Miss Universe. So that was a huge part of your campaign. Like, and I remember when you were doing the pageants, they were asking you some seriously hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, don't know how you answer that. And one of the things you spoke about was that almost very tragic thing that happened at Hyde Park, where you were almost in some serious trouble. And you spoke, you built that into your whole Unbreakable campaign, and how women need to be empowered, and highlighting in a time when you've got to admit, you've got this Harvey Weinstein stuff going on, where there's crimes against women going on. I just find that so fascinating. Do you want to tell us a bit about that? And like, had you prepared that, or did you come up with it? I mean,
do you know what? I think it's always so easy to just speak the truth and to share your story. Nobody knows your story better than you know your story, and to be on that Miss Universe stage representing our beautiful Rainbow Nation, and to be able to share my personal story was so special, and to receive such a big platform was great. And I actually have I don't know how many yet, but we have another Unbreakable workshop this morning in Soweto, so kicking off the year with Unbreakable. Yes, we're hosting, so Unbreakable is about, we host workshops for women free of charge, where we empower them with skills and knowledge on how to handle difficult situations such as hijacks, violence against women, abuse, abusive relationships,
having a voice,
having a voice,
yeah.
Standing up, and also giving them tools. If you go and see the psychologist, this is the number for the police station. They would know where your nearest police station is. Just have a backup plan, and that's exactly what I had. I did this course that I am hosting prior to the hijack, and I sat there. I knew the guys are coming for me. I saw them coming for me for about 30 seconds. I was able to pull my handbrake up, take off my safety belt, and get out of the car as soon as I possibly can. I knew I shouldn't resist, so I knew everything I had to do, and I truly believe it saved my life, because I managed to eventually get away. When they tried pushing me back into the car, that is when I said, no, take everything, but you're not taking me. I would rather be shot right here than to go to the second destination, because I can guarantee you the second destination downtown in some alley is not going to be better than in front of Hyde Park. Right? So a very valuable lesson that I learned, and I truly believe it saved my life.
Bravo, because you could have spoken about anything.
Exactly, and that is what's so beautiful about this. And so many people say, yes, beauty pageants are just about what you look like and wearing pretty dresses, and I beg to differ, because I got given this platform, and I have been able to reach thousands of women already, and hopefully empower thousands of women to be stronger, and to be a better version, and to be wiser.
Isn't this surreal?
I know.
I mean, who would have thought we'd be sitting here talking to you like this?
What an amazing story.
It's so weird. It's so incredible. It's so incredible. Okay, loads
So
more.
good to be here.
So great to have you here, back at home with your people. I've got so many other things I want to ask you. Just quickly before we check out the news, I'm dying to know, what is the etiquette with the crown, Your Majesty? So there's a whole. Did you guys know this?
I know.
We just got told by your manager there's a whole lot of do's and don'ts, but particularly pertaining to the actual crown.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things is we can't can't touch the crown. And
you
I
know
respect
what?
that, Your Majesty.
I mean, how beautiful is this baby,
Oh,
right?
it's
Wow,
it's
can
the
we get a
Mickey
close
Moto
up for the
crown.
camera there? I mean, look at that. Look at that. And if you're watching on Insta, we're streaming this as well. Do you want to check that out?
It's the
Check
Mickey.
it.
It's the Mickey Moto crown, and it's real pearls. It's all real.
Wow.
The diamond here on top, the big one, was actually dived out by the first Miss Universe that wore this crown.
You
So,
don't say, really?
I promise you, yeah. So how special is this? So they haven't used this crown for many, many years. And pearls on my breaststone.
Oh, you kidding? What a kidding.
Wow.
So if people ask me what moment did you know that you're going to win,
The pearls.
the moment I saw the Mickey Moto crown, I was like, it's a sign.
That is so nice.
But yes, we've had a few incidents where it's been dropped, and so we just try and minimize the hands that carry it.
Can you
So
believe
Roger,
it?
you can't borrow it.
No, not at all. No, that is
Not
really
for
cool.
this weekend. Sorry,
Yeah.
Raj.
That's how would it
So I
look
was gonna go
fabulous.
with your
I
outfit.
so would it look fabulous. Damn it. Okay. Does your security detail, do they travel with you to other planets as well?
Yes, all planets. I'm looking forward to visiting Mars.
And when you
Hopefully
do-
Pluto.
No, I'm saying Pluto and sort of like Saturn, when you go there, do you also
Saturn.
get
I think
hounded
that's gonna
for...
be so cold, right?
Right. Social media, do people also still want to take selfies with you there? Is it weird?
Well, I've never been, so it will be a first time.
Okay.
But I don't think anybody beats the Philippines with selfies.
Really?
Nope, they selfie kings and queens over
Well,
there.
I mean, okay, how about this? What about Indonesia? And let me start by saying this. And I find this so fascinating when I'm talking to somebody who's getting the kind of attention you are. You know, we live in this screwed up world now. It's a 2018 Instagram universe where your whole life is digitized instantly, right? So, you know, and then, okay, on this show, for example, we are super animal. We're lovers, you know what I mean, and we're great. We're super first people to be critical of anybody when it comes to animal rights and this kind of stuff. So there you are at
I
the
love that.
Komodo Dragon Park,
Yeah.
and I mean I remember that was on social media. Sarishni, we were talking about it earlier as well, and you were wearing that was a burnt orange, I think, burnt orange
beautiful
dress.
dress.
And you got a bit of heat online from people that are saying like, how can you pose with these animals? You know, it's the same thing as like, oh, how can you support, you know, dolphin parks and all these kind of things. And again, like so many other times online in these pressurized press situations, you handled it so well. Can you tell us a bit about that?
I saw some of the comments and I did respond to one or two, which I don't really do, but I really felt like I am such an animal lover and I would never want to do animals wrong. The Komodo National Park is the only place where Komodo dragons exist in the world. They're not freely in their natural habitat. So the park is it's a national park, so it's protected. We had park rangers with us that made sure that the animals were safe firstly, but also that we were safe, and we didn't go close to their dens or where they sleep or where their nests are. We literally just stayed on the beach, on the shore, and interacted, but watched them from the beach. So we did not even go, near where their personal space is. So and I mean, it's the only place in the world where these dragons exist. How amazing is that? And to experience that and to see that is so beautiful, it's so great for Indonesian tourism. As long as the animals are protected and that they are taken care of, I don't see any wrong with viewing them. They are majestic creatures.
No, totally. I mean, I think it's more like, it's just how people can be so insane. And then we were like, because we're following you, obviously, right? And we kept going, like, every single time you were in the news, we're like, oh, for goodness sakes, come on. And people can be so ridiculous about things. Okay, well and controversial.
It gives you a chance to set things straight, because people jump to conclusions so quickly, and I've realized that people love drawing to negativity first. So I see it as an opportunity.
Right. I mean, I just suddenly had this weird flash of like any girl that messed with you in high school. Like, can you imagine any girl that was like picking on you or a bully? And you like, look at me now, girlfriend.
But you've handled things so well. I mean, from SA with the glove incident, it's like you were prepared already. But what's special is that you stand up for what you believe in. Your organization is going to take you to many future parks, and everything you're going to do is going to be upsetting for somebody in some way. And how you handle and defend yourself.
You can never please everybody.
Well, she mentioned the glove.
And
Sushi mentioned the glove. I mean, that was also. Tell us about that. You handled that so well, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
love them over here. So, yes, I mean, soup kitchen, wearing gloves, handing out bread rolls with your hands. It's winter. don't want to make
Right, you're
kids
giving a
sick.
setup as well. There's a lot of people listening who might not actually seen that. Do you
I
want to maybe
was
give that some background?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was purely a volunteer. It wasn't even my project. I was just volunteering. If I had any bad intentions, I wouldn't be offering up 6 hours of my day in the first place, right?
Damn straight, yeah.
All the volunteers were asked to wear gloves, and we wore the gloves. We were handing out the food. A little girl came up to me, and I gave her soup, but she was so little. She was like 2, so she was so little she couldn't carry the bucket of soup to walk to the chair to go and sit and enjoy it. So I walked with her, and instead of taking off the gloves and walking with her, I just kept it on because take it off, put it back on, and pictures were taken, and it got out of hand.
Social media.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? It was really the best intentions, and I know what my intentions were. I really didn't mean any harm.
Of course.
Just attending a soup kitchen.
Okay.
And you know what? The next Wednesday there was another soup kitchen, and I invited people on social media, the power of social media, to come and join me. Strangers came and they joined me, and we had even more volunteers. So it turned out to be great.
Good for you. Unbelievable. Hey, Her Majesty. Her Majesty. Your Majesty.
But I used to be so scared of you when I was younger.
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, dodgy
Of
Uncle
all
Roy-
people.
Of me.
I was like, if I am ever on that guy's show, he will rip me apart.
No ways.
But you're okay. I can see the girls have tamed
Right.
you a bit.
Yeah.
We taught him well. Don't worry.
Thank
We've got
you.
him.
Yes.
Got
Thank
him on a
you.
leash.
You're very sharp. You've noticed this is my Achilles heel. It's actually a tactic. The girls have got me on this really tight leash. Yeah, but it's actually really good for me.
it?
Although, no, I'll tell you honestly, when I'm interviewing people, I can tell straight away whether, like before they come, whether I'm going to like them or not. And then I bet. Although there was some quick fire stuff that we were supposed to ask you. Like, I mean, the guys in the back want to know a whole lot of really messed up stuff about you. It's like, well, the one I like to always
Like
ask
what?
it. Well, okay. I mean, can we get saucy? Like my girlfriend,
Okay.
and I mean her mom and the auntie, all of them. They go to this what is it? This place where they go for the I don't know.
spa?
Yeah, right. And they get all the stuff done.
SBA,
So
the
Muzzy-
place where they spend your money.
yeah. There's a credit card. Ding, ding, ding. So Muzzy Bay wanted to know wax, shave, or laser. How about that?
Oh, wow.
Well, Your Majesty.
Well, I've lasered before. It's incredible, but it doesn't last, so I'm just back to waxing.
Somebody told me it's
Yeah.
incredibly painful. It's like
It
seriously sore.
is,
Really?
right?
I've never
Okay.
tried it.
It's not, but it's the weirdest feeling. It's like a
tingling.
elastic, but like
Okay.
inside the skin. It's weird.
Okay. These are just fun. And I've asked a lot of people this, but it's still, you wouldn't believe the answers you get. How many people, when you bump into, you were talking about America, you're talking about the taxi systems, the strange new things you're learning all the time, visiting other planets, etc. Well, tell me about the misconception they have of this country, because it's completely ludicrous. I know anytime I've gone over there, they think we've got lions roaming around, that our telephone cables are shorter in case giraffes get their heads
Do you know, I
like
was
knocked on them,
talking
because your
about-
pet giraffe might, wander off
the pet
out the gate.
giraffes. Yeah, I got this question. So Demi, aren't you scared to walk around in the streets at night and stuff? And I thought they were referring to the whole hijack story. And I was like, depending where you go, and it depends. Don't go alone.
Well, that
and
was
blah.
interesting. I mean, the hijacking thing. There's
Yeah.
a perception. Obviously, this country is a seriously dangerous place. You have to surely you get asked that as well.
Yeah, and
Sorry,
but
interrupt you.
anyway, no. So she asked me. So I was like, it depends where you go, and there is some crime, but you just have to be cautious. She's like, oh, so you're not scared of the giraffes? I was like, no, but the lions are very scary.
Because they're all loud.
Yeah.
You are back to back. I'm sure the whole morning. You've also got planes you've got to catch. You're seriously busy today. So all I can say again is really sincerely thank you. I know you're super busy, and it means a lot to us that you took the time to come here and say hi to everybody. We've been dying to say hi to you. So
Well,
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Really means a
Thank
lot. Thank
I
you.
hope we can do a quick picture.
Absolutely.
Yes!
Oh, what an honor. Thank you. All right, you've been listening to the Unbreakable Miss Universe live on 5FM.
5FM. Watch 5FM TV on YouTube. 5FM.